guys, we're back again. I am Ray Heisey with the Basement Banter podcast.
Hey guys, my name is Joe Jackson. So we started a podcast and just kidding. This is Joe.
This is Ray.
This is Joe.
This is Ray.
This is Joe.
This is Joe.
Oh, what's up, guys? It's Ray.
What's up, guys? We're back again. Today, getting into it, we'll talk about a little bit last episode. How'd that one feel, man?
That was fun.
Dude, that was so funny. I was crying laughing.
We watched the episode after, or we didn't watch it, but we listened to the episode after, and we literally kept rewinding back to the best parts, and it was one of the funniest episodes we ever did.
People might not have thought it was as funny as we did, but I was in tears.
In the moment, dude, I
so
thought
hard.
my throat was gonna fall off.
Your throat?
Yeah, that's how hard I was fucking laughing.
When you laugh so hard it hurts your stomach, that's how hard I was laughing.
You're literally out of breath, and you can't your laughter takes over, and it your whole body just fucking seizes, you're constipated or some shit.
If we weren't on a podcast, I would have not been able to I had to regain myself. I was okay, get it together, we're recording right now.
That's what I'm saying. I would have literally ran upstairs and started laughing.
Threw this chair across the room and been rolling on the floor. That was where I was at.
It was fun, dude. I was dying. I was literally dying.
Yeah, that one was good, man. It's they're starting to feel good. We get done with them. I'm like, yeah, man, they're feeling real good.
Yeah.
Just getting better every time, man.
But we got what 50,000 more episodes to go.
Yeah, what is this, episode 6?
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
episode 6.
So as always, man, make sure you hit us up on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, Instagram at the Banter Basement. You already know. Apple Music or Apple Podcast, 5 stars. Leave a review. If you got Spotify, use that. We're on there too. We're on basically all podcasting platforms. PPP.
Absolutely.
With my PP, my podcast partner.
PP squared and PP cubed, baby.
Ooh.
Okay, what are we talking about today?
Again, as usual, we probably won't stick too heavy on it because we just are terrible at that. But I'm okay with it. But we're going to talk about some conspiracies today. We're going to dive into a couple. Not too heavy because we didn't, we only know an extent of each one. We
only know what Google tells us.
Exactly. And we're not experts in anything. So, we're just going to bring up a couple and just go on them, really, talk about them. And we've gone over this before, even outside of the podcast, just bringing up
it's interesting shit, though. It's very, very fucking interesting.
Yeah, I'm way into conspiracies and just even, a lot of them, I don't even like using the word conspiracy because it's there's so many facts about them and stuff. It's these are real. It's not even really a conspiracy.
No, the reason why they are conspiracies is because they have some real facts about them.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so fucking intriguing. There's no fucking way this could be real. Yeah. But it is.
Well, they use the word conspiracy to try to discredit the information.
Debunk it.
Yeah, they call it a conspiracy, so then you're thinking, oh, that's not true information.
Right.
But there's a lot of true conspiracies out there, and but
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll just go on a few today. I'm gonna bring up this one, and then I'm gonna show you a few examples, and obviously you can listen at home and go on and Google it yourself. YouTube, you're not gonna be able to see it because we don't have a super duper program.
Yeah, podcast money is we're a little frozen on that right now.
Send us some money and maybe we'll put our computer information up on the video.
Put our OnlyFans or Cash App us, one of the two.
Yeah, OnlyFans, Club Penguin, they accept money on there?
Absolutely, they do.
You just can't swear or anything; they'll kick you off quickly.
Don't be just be here's some fucking money. Just say here's some freaking money.
Yeah, here's some money for some shit that you.
Here's some money, gay man. Instead of saying faggot.
Yeah, well, that's a heavy word. Don't use that one.
Sorry,
it's derogatory.
Yeah, so sorry.
But the one I'm bringing up, we both did 2. We'll go on more, but we both grabbed 2 that we liked and were interested in. Mine's the Mandela effect, and I've always been interested in this one. And basically, what the Mandela effect is, a large group of people remembering something from the past, like an event or a logo or something, and a large group of people remember it, and actually it's completely different from what they remember. Mm-hmm. And the reason it's called the Mandela effect is because a large group of people, including myself, thought Nelson Mandela died in 1980 in jail. Now, before I knew what the Mandela effect was, I thought he died. I didn't know it was the 1980s, and I didn't know it was in jail, but I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Like, I heard about this probably 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less, but I thought Nelson Mandela was dead.
Yeah.
And then, like, someone told me the Mandela effect, and I looked it up, and I'm like, he's alive? Like, what? I seriously thought he would. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what. Like, if I heard it somewhere or something, why I thought he was dead.
But you never thought to look into it, though. Because,
No,
like,
I mean,
why
it's
would
just-
you doubt it?
No, it's
Because
Nelson
so
Mandela.
many fucking people are talking about it, and they believe it. So, like, why would you believe it?
Yeah, but they call it. That's why they call it the Mandela effect, because a lot of people, including myself, thought he died in the 1980s in prison, and
It's not true.
he didn't. He died in 2013, which is
Jesus Christ.
kind of crazy.
He did die in 2013. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, but still.
It's crazy to think how like long ago that was now.
Now that's like 2020.
2020.
I know.
But I got a couple here I'm going to show you. Curious George.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he have a tail?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, no point. Curious George's tail was never there. A monkey doesn't have a tail. I think that's like how this one happened. I know. Calm down. Calm down. Hey, bear with me. I got more.
I've been lied to my whole fucking life, dude.
bro.
I fucked with Curious George so hard when I was a kid.
I love Curious George.
Steve was a badass, dude. With his yellow ass jacket
and
and
his
shit.
yellow hat.
Like what?
Just looking this one up, like, you know, over the last week we were like starting to like look him up and stuff. I had no idea. It blew my mind, and I was like, oh, I cannot wait to tell Ray. Like, a monkey doesn't have a tail.
How
in
is
a
that
cartoon.
possible, bro?
I don't know. But like, you wouldn't even think, dude. And the other one that I was gonna show you is, you know, Oscar Mayer. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You know, it's Mayer, not Meyer. It's Oscar Mayer, not Oscar Mayer.
So it's Meyer. That's the real one.
Mayer.
I
But
thought
they pronounce it
Meyer.
Oscar
Yeah.
Mayer. No one says Oscar Mayer.
Yeah.
And like even the song, you know, my baloney has a first name, it's Oscar. My
Yeah.
baloney has a second name, it's Meyer. No, it's Mayer.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I seen that one, and I'm not the only one who thought this was real. I was like, I feel like you said, like I'm being lied to.
But I feel like it's not even like intentionally done though.
Here's the theory behind it is there's a couple of them, but the one that I like to think is that there's multiple universes.
And they collide with each other?
Yeah, there's glitches in the universes. So there's an infinite number of universes.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
It's just like that. So there's an infinite number of universes and an infinite number of things going on in those universes.
And when something is way too similar,
stuff glitches in our time. And
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Now, one of the most popular ones is the Berenstain Bears. Is actually the Berenstain Bears.
I thought it was the Bernstein Bears.
It's Burn. Let me see. Let me pull that one up real quick, if I can find that one.
See, I remember hearing about that one, but not that much.
Stain, not Stein. I think I'm spelling that right. I'm not sure. Let me. It's right here. Hold on.
I think you just passed it.
Right there it is.
There.
It's Stain. And I was reading these books, and when I found this out, I call my mom up, and I'm like, Mom,
find the fucking book right now.
Do you have any of the Berenstain Bears books? Pull them out right now. And of course, she didn't have any. But how can something? I know it's just a letter, but it's like thousands and thousands of people, more than that. Remember it being
because if anything, maybe you overlooked it by the mistake. But how the fuck did so many other people?
A distinct memory of it being Steen, because when you don't say Berenstain Bears.
So are you saying that
Bears.
because if there's alternate universes, that means that there's alternate people like you. So there's alternate versions of you.
Yeah, there's.
So does that mean your memory from your alternate version of you is transferring to your mind, and then vice versa with you and him?
Yeah, exactly. It maybe something along the lines.
You
of
see what I'm saying? For him, maybe he thinks it's a Bernstein Bears.
Yep. or there's a glitch in the system, like we're in a simulation of some sort.
Yeah.
And letters get switched, but our minds they're not able to get switched because we're in it, and there's no way of switching what we already know.
And when they fucking show us this, there's no way we can prove that was never that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, why I just turned...
This is some Truman Show shit, dude.
I know. That's why I love this one. I've always been interested in this one, and when you brought this up, I was like, that's the one I'm doing. Now, this one blew my mind when I was reading it, okay? The color... this is why I turned the computer...
Because you don't want me to see it?
I don't know if you can, but don't look.
I can't.
Now, when I say what color is similar to the color chartreuse... Chartreuse. So if that's a beautiful chartreuse couch you have there, what color am I speaking of? Like a similar color. Like
I'd say somewhere in the red.
Red, pink, purple.
Yeah. Something warm.
No. It's green. Chartreuse is green. That is chartreuse. How fucking...
I just don't understand how like it gets put into my mind. Like, am I born with this instinct to just...
I'm into colors, you know. Not to sound like gay, you know, like burgundy, maroon, like not just
mahogany
with reds, but like, you know, cyan, different colors. I love like knowing them.
Yeah.
And chartreuse, like that's one that I like felt like I knew. Like I'm like, oh, it's a
that sounds like a warmer color. Yeah.
A magenta pinkish color. Yep. No, it's a shade of green. How is that possible? How is that possible that I thought it was like that?
I feel like it's the same thing as, like, remember we were talking about last week, the placebo effect? When you believe it for so fucking long that your brain is like, there's no fucking way that this is not what it is.
It's kind of... The more scientific theory on it is this thing called false memory, which is basically where people mix things up and they think... You just think back to, like... When you were a kid, you know, you say something to your brother and your mom, you're like, oh, my God, you remember this? Do you remember this? Like, I did this specifically.
And they remember something completely different.
Yeah, and exactly. It's something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy, though, is, like, the fact that a collective group of people remember the same thing. That's why it's like the false memory theory. I don't like to think that's
Me neither.
True.
Yeah, no, fuck like, that. It's not as interesting. No. But the thing is, you've seen that show Brain Games before, right?
Yeah.
They did this thing where this robber, they set up the scene and everything. This guy would rob someone, and he would run away, but he did different things like in between, and they would ask different people what happened.
Yeah.
And someone would be like, "Oh, he did this," and someone else would be like, "He did this." So it's literally all like how the human mind perceives it.
Yeah, memory is such a weird thing.
They say it's the most powerful like part of your brain, but it's also the trickiest part of your brain too.
Yeah, it completely tricks people. Like,
dude, you can literally believe something in your brain, and it's not like you do it on purpose. It's literally the way your brain is wired.
No, and a lot of the times with whatever they call them, liars, like sociopathical liars. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm saying the word wrong. Those people like believe like the lie turns into reality.
Absolutely.
And they think that something like this actually happened.
That's like schizophrenic shit.
Yeah.
You know that we all are like moments away from being schizophrenic.
Like mildly schizophrenic.
100%.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I've had like not episodes, but like moments where I felt like I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Dude, I feel so like I don't want to say out of place as in like I don't fit in, but like what am I doing here? And I know who I am and I know like what I'm doing, but like sometimes I'm like, what is my purpose to wake up today?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I wake up sometimes and I'm like, okay, like why am I alive right now?
Yeah.
And it's nothing depressing or anything like to look at it in that way, but it's like it's more of like a question. Is it into like a what is that called?
Spiritual?
It's another name for your ego. You know what I'm talking about? It starts with an I.
I'm not sure.
Your id.
Your id? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's like
can you Google that word? I just want the definition of it.
Yeah.
Id? Is it ID?
I'm pretty sure.
Id?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Explain a little bit more and see.
It's like
see if you're right.
You have your id, your ego, and your super ego.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's like what makes decisions throughout the day.
Yeah. Okay.
So like my id is like my idea of self-being pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes I'm like, okay, I know I'm like a a living species, but like, what's my purpose today?
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing in this life?
Yeah, like why was I put here?
Exactly.
Like that type of thought.
Sometimes I'm just like blank.
Yeah.
And I think like
that's deep. Like I don't find myself thinking like that unless for me when I was smoking weed. Like, it kind of made me a little more self-aware when I was smoking weed. Now I don't even think about that shit anymore at all.
Yeah.
No,
I think
diving into my like self-being.
I think about it all the time. It's almost every Sunday.
Sunday nights,
and like when it goes to 6 o'clock to 7 p.m., it's when I think about the week ahead and about like what this weekend like held as far as like events or what happened. So you think of like happiness within those Friday and Saturday, and then you think of this not being happy, but like not as satisfying as these 2 days, and your mind just kind of goes blank trying to accept that you're about to have those days.
Dude, that is crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I just went through that last night. I even texted my girlfriend. I'm like,
me too, dude.
I get the most anxious Sunday night. Like the anticipation of the upcoming week.
Exactly.
Getting through those weeks. I know nothing is gonna be.
Nothing's that bad to be that like stressed over.
I have like a borderline anxiety attacks. Like when I was dealing with that shit, I would get anxiety attacks. Now it's just me being really anxious. But
right.
I go through that almost every Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. Like me too, dude. It's just like you reevaluate your life and you're like, okay, like I did these 2 days, but why did I forget about how I'm feeling right now these 2 days, and I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, I like that thought of like looking back at the last 2 days and like comparing them to the week ahead.
And like you just want to prepare yourself mentally to be like, I'm going to have those days again.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're literally going to fucking war those 5 days. You're literally just having normal days.
I wonder if people who don't, most likely they don't, but people that don't work 9 to 5s Monday through Friday, they probably don't experience that.
I don't think so.
I don't think they would. It wouldn't make sense for them.
Because the human brain is built on routines. It's just like when you are in a relationship. Yeah. It's just like when you're in a relationship and let's say you've dated someone for a very long time and you break up with that person, your brain thinks like when you go to work, you got to text your girl like, "Oh, I made it to work, babe."
Yep.
And
like,
when you're done, exactly.
Morning,
when you're done, the first week you're pulling out your phone and you're like, "What the fuck am I doing?" Like, I can't be doing this but your brain is so hard to get out of that routine once it's memorized it. And like that's what's so hard about getting over someone. You gotta like break the barrier, fucking just scratch off your old routines, and that's why they say like that's why most people when they break up they start going to the gym, they start hanging out with friends, they start hitting up people they've never hit up before because they're trying to break the routines that they already had.
Yeah, it's just like the same thing with social media and shit on your phone.
Oh, 1,000%.
I will close out Twitter and then open.
Oh, Twitter dude, I'll go right back to it.
I'll be like, I'm done, and then I'm back on Twitter
instantly.
Seconds later,
like, instantly.
It's crazy. I can't believe we just went from Mandela effect to that deep conversation. That's like I kind of broke it up a little bit. I wanted to keep going, but the last one I was gonna say, I have to say this one, and I don't know if you experienced this one. This was another one when I found out about the Mandela effect that I experienced. Sinbad never played a genie. And I don't know if you know who Sinbad is. He's a comedian from the 90s.
He played in Jingle All the Way.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I had, and it's like before I read this, I had this thought.
I remember him though in like a hat and a fucking like baggy pants.
Exactly. In a movie called Shazam.
Yeah,
I remember this.
But that was Shaq. To be honest with you, I think he's in a scene in that movie, bro.
I'll break it down for you real quick. So there is obviously a movie called Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
But Shaquille O'Neal is way different from Sinbad. Yeah. I remember Sinbad in a genie's costume in a movie called Shazam. I remember watching it as a kid. Like I truly do. Now I think maybe, it's my mind playing tricks on me. Lo and behold, Sinbad, I don't know if this has any part in my memory, but there is a part in a TV show that he was in where he wore a genie's costume and was in the TV show playing a genie.
And your brain just
the Shazam Kazam thing. I don't know about that.
Your brain just branded it by itself.
I remember the Kazam, Shaquille.
I remember him smiling just like he is in that picture with the fucking genie head on.
Yeah, same. Like Shaq did that.
Yes.
I remember. Like, why do I remember both movies? Like, I distinctively. Like,
and that's the thing too. Like, you don't think that the Shaq one isn't real. You just know that this one is real too.
It's real too.
Yeah, it's not like you separate the other.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like that's like the type of shit that like is just really weird.
Mind-boggling.
But, yeah, that it's like mind-boggling. You know, like when your thoughts they get trapped like in a bottle.
And like you gotta call Christina Aguilera and call the genie in a bottle. Come and let me out.
Yeah, basically. But that's that was mine.
That was interesting.
Nelson Mandela.
Because that's more
Mandela
of a.
effect.
The reason why it's interesting is because it's more of a collective conspiracy. It's not like it's happening to a certain group of people.
Yeah.
It's like you can't choose who it happened to.
And they do experiments on it, that false memory thing. Like there's experiments that are done. They actually took 100 people and they showed them a car crash at different speeds. So they broke it up into like 4 different speeds. 10 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. And then they went back and they asked them, the 100 people, at what speed do you believe the person was going? But when they asked them, they used suggestive wording. So they go, at what speed did you think the bump happened with the other car?
Yeah.
At what speed do you believe the collision happened with the other car? At what speed do you believe the smash happened with the other car? The different wordings. And that completely... they've done it a couple times with more than just 100 people, but this was the first experiment of it, and that completely changed
their memory.
What they saw. If they saw it at 40 miles an hour and they used the word bump, it's like
20, 15.
15, 20 miles an hour.
Bro, you're trying to get us way off track because
of what?
The reason why you said that right now is making me think of how like modern day testing is worded to try and make the student fuck up. And it's the exact same fucking thing they did with that experiment. Yeah. They use certain wording to make you think a different fucking answer than what the actual answer is, which is so fucking stupid.
I hate that shit.
It makes zero sense.
When you take any test, it's like that.
It makes zero sense. Just like when you fucking take the written test for your license.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
What fucks me up is the not when they use the word not, like when they're like, does this thing does this thing not have this? Or should it not have that?
The worst is when there's the worst one is like when they have like 5 options and it says pick all that apply. Oh. And then like you don't know if it's 1, if it's all of them, if it's 3, if it's 2, if it's, and then there's the option at the bottom that says none of the above.
Okay, it'll be like A will be like blue.
Yeah.
B will be like red. C will be A and B. And then D will be all the above.
And then like you have like
none of the above.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you have to like pick in between, and all of them have one word off that makes it right and wrong.
Fuck modern day testing.
Fuck you guys, dude.
That shit should be straightforward. It should be is this, and is that?
That's it.
And people would do better on tests.
And like it would make you feel better too as a fucking student.
Yeah.
Because you know what you learned. If you asked me after the test, I would tell you the correct answer. But if I read it in a fucking question, I'm not that fucking stupid. Yeah. But
their theory behind it is to weed out the people who aren't good at thinking quickly like that. I think that's their theory behind it.
Which is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
But anyways, let me get into my first one.
Your first one?
Yeah.
Is okay. Break it down.
I can. This one is
Matt
called.
Google some shit. We can have me Google some shit.
Yeah. This one is called the MK Ultra.
Yeah. I know what that is.
This is back in like the 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
This was when the government was testing on people with LSD. They were trying to see like, they tried to say that the government was trying to like figure out how to do mind control through hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
But it was mostly testing the human mind under hallucinogenics and what they were capable of and what you could get them to do. And that's what they actually based Stranger Things off of. That's why Eleven had powers, because her mom was one of the test subjects that the government used.
In the show? You're talking about Stranger Things?
No. Yeah, in Stranger Things, yes.
Okay.
And they were giving her all these hallucinogenics, and she let out this baby that had superpowers, and this was all during the Cold War, so they could make soldiers to fight Russia.
Whoa.
And this is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I don't know if it's used for those reasons, but this is true.
The MK Ultra thing for sure happened.
This is like 100% confirmed.
I didn't know Stranger Things was loosely based on that.
Yeah.
Which you make sense. They had that, whatever they call it, that government agency.
Yeah.
That was maybe not the government, but the agency that they had controlling those people.
Yeah.
And that would make sense if they gave them,
and that's why it was so concentrated on Russia.
Yeah.
And like the Russians want to do the same thing as us.
Yeah, that's the one that where I first heard about it when I was doing research about it.
Mm-hmm.
This was a while ago when I was looking at it. The one guy died. Like he died.
Yeah, there were so many people that were left permanently disabled.
Frank Olson.
Yep. There was a fuck ton of people that were left permanently mentally disabled because of the experiments.
Frank Olson was a scientist who worked for the CIA. In 1953, he drank a cocktail that had been secretly spiked with LSD. A few days later, Olson tumbled to his death from the window of a New York City hotel room in alleged suicide. Which is, that's the type of shit, the CIA was testing shit like that. I don't know too much about it, but it's crazy
that this goes on in our world.
That shit still happens to this day. I know, for a fact, it has to. Why would they do that back then and then just stop doing shit like that?
It's way easier to hide it now. Way easier.
You think so? I think it's harder to hide things now.
Bro, you have China right now. There's about 2 million people, 2 million Muslims in China. So Chinese Muslims that are in death camps.
The concentration camps.
Concentration camps, and they're being fed pork. They're having shit stuck through their nails, getting tortured every day. Just because China's a communist country and they don't believe in God, they say that this is the only way. There's only one person that's in power, and whoever is leading you is God, pretty much.
That's crazy. I just heard about that.
Yeah, and it's still going, bro. And what are you gonna do to stop them?
You don't hear nothing about that in the news.
Absolutely not.
Nobody talking about it.
Absolutely
and that's
not.
Something that is going on.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop. And there's thousands and thousands of articles on different countries that are doing the same exact thing.
The U.S. government only steps in
if it's affecting us.
When it's 100% beneficial for them to step in. And
I get it though, man. I'm to a certain extent, I get it.
I get it from a power and money standpoint that the government thinks of, but I don't get it on a moral standpoint, like a human standpoint.
Yeah. But think of this. I know it's really, really, really fucked up to say, but would you risk starting a world war over?
No.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much in play that yes, the right thing to do is to stop it. But do you know how many more things you can affect?
Yeah, that's why they don't do that shit. But back on the MK Ultra thing, they're doing these all day long illegal testing,
literally rats, bro,
using drugs on
human beings,
innocent people who have no idea that this is going on.
Yeah,
and it's just the government. When it comes down to it, they do whatever they want.
Absolutely, and they get away with it too.
No, they always get
And that's the thing too. It was during the time of the hippies and everything. So everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking test out some drugs." Blah
LSD,
blah blah.
blah.
No one fucking thought they were gonna be dead or they were gonna die or literally have actual mental issues after.
Can you imagine how good that government LSD was though,
bro? That shit was some high grade LSD.
Have you ever done acid before?
No.
Yeah, dude, I can't even imagine. I've only done it a couple times, but I can't allegedly. I've only done it allegedly a couple times. I can't imagine the strength of
because that was some
LSD.
Shit.
It would have been pure. It would have been cut and dry. This is
it's chemical, bro. There was really a chemist that made that.
Well, that's
as pure as possible.
MDMA, right? That's what LSD is. No, that's a different drug.
MDMA is Molly.
Oh, it's a different drug.
A form of ecstasy.
Ecstasy. So LSD is just LSD.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't even the government form of that would be insane.
It would be the purest version of it.
Yeah.
But
that's
that one's crazy, dude, because that one is actually true.
Yeah. And that's the thing with like conspiracies, like we were talking about before. They use the word conspiracy to make it disingenuine.
Mm-hmm. And they use it to. The reason why they use it too is because they want to fucking make it seem like, if you believe in something as a conspiracy, like you're wrong.
Yeah.
They want to make you feel wrong, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up. And when you hear these people, I understand there's like fucking crazy ass people out there just making shit up.
The Earth is flat. Like that should be called a conspiracy.
I understand it's a conspiracy, but
like MK Ultra shouldn't be called a conspiracy, but it is.
Yeah.
To disingenuine what it is.
Yeah. No, 100%. Because if they call it a conspiracy, no matter the facts they have in front of them, they can be like, but it's a conspiracy.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, that one's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What's your second one?
Our second one,
yeah.
I think it's time for Word of the Day. Bam, 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 bam.
So anyways, the word of the day is from Urban Dictionary again. The word of the day is munting.
Munting.
Munting?
Can you spell it out for us, please?
Munting.
Munting?
Okay, here's what I think it is. So, my first thought is bunting, like in baseball. You bunt a bat. A munt.
I have an idea too, but I want to hear what yours is.
I honestly, I don't know where I'm going with this. A bunt, you got to bunt, right? Mm-hmm. When you munt, it means that I don't know. Honestly. That one's impossible.
I have an idea.
You just got to wing something. Just wing it.
So munting rhymes with punting.
Also bunting.
And and when you look at a dog, you're like, you fucking mutt. And you take it and you munt it. Like you fucking punt it. You punt a mutt.
Kicking a dog.
Yeah.
You think the word means kicking a dog.
There's the only logical explanation for it.
Okay, now what first popped into my head after the bunt was some type of hunting thing. Like, like you're munting a deer or like an animal. You're the deer's munting. It's in munt.
Mine could be if you're mounting a mutt. Like fucking a dog.
Maybe that's what it is.
You're mounting something. You're mounting a mutt.
You're munting the animal.
Yeah.
Deep munt.
Or it could be that.
What could be what?
Like it could be like not a sex noise, but like a noise in despair. Like he was munting.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know what that was.
Munting.
Like the animal is.
Yes.
It's munting.
It's munting.
So like.
It was in pure munt.
Was it munting or was it in pure munt?
The animal.
Do you think munting is the verb of munt? Like munt is a noun?
I think so. Because ing has to be added to something.
Yeah.
So it has to be munt.
Would you like a sentence try another try?
Please use it in a sentence, then we'll try it again.
The sentence is off Urban Dictionary. Hey, Mary, let's go munting. They buried your sister 2 weeks ago. She'll be ripe.
I know what it is. It's man hunting. When you hunt for a man, you hunt for a human. You go hunting.
It would be a munt.
Let's go munting.
It would be a munt.
I know I'm right. You got a better guess because I know you're wrong.
Can you read the sentence again?
Please?
Hey, Mary, let's go munting. They buried your sister 2 weeks ago. She'll be ripe.
They buried your sister, bro.
It's a necrophilia type thing. Not hunting men. It's where you dig up a body and you...
Meat hunting?
No. It's where you
I know what necrophilia is, but...
You have sex with a dead body.
Ripe. Your sister's ripe last week.
Is the meat ripe because they're going and cutting it out and getting the meat because they're cannibals?
Or is he talking about his meat?
We have to get this right. We have to work this out.
Matt, are we even close? Even close at all?
Possibly. You may or may not be.
Okay, so here's our two options.
Okay, Munting.
It either means they're going
It's definitely something with hunting. We just don't know what it involves.
Maybe not. It's
definitely something with dead people.
Yes, we've got that.
The sister was buried.
So does it either mean they're digging up the grave and they're having intercourse?
Your sister's ripe.
Or does it mean that they're cannibals? They're going to the grave, digging it up, and cutting the body and taking the meat to harvest for their cannibalistic ways?
No, because that's not.
That's what I think it is. I truly think that's what it is.
When I think of when he says ripe, I think it's like peeling skin off.
Like Hannibal Lecter, is that who did that? Like you put the
the faces of, remember House of Wax?
Yeah,
the dude would put other people's faces on.
You think that's what it is?
I think it's a form of that. Your sister's ripe. That's what I'm getting stuck on.
Is it ripe, the meat ripe, or is she ripe, ready to have sex with because you're a necrophiliac? Necrophiliac.
No, because that would be too easy. I think it's peeling skin off.
You think it's peeling skin off?
I don't know. I'm
sticking with my answer. I am
you
disregarding
think
what you're
cutting
saying.
people up.
I think they're going to find the body. They're taking it for the cannibalistic ways. They're cutting the meat because it's ripe, and they're taking it and eating it. They're eating the body. They're going munting. Let's go munting so we can get some human flesh to eat.
I think they're just cutting up skin and then wearing it as clothes. Let's go munting. Your sister's ripe.
Okay, here's the definition pulled up in front of you. One of you guys can read it.
Okay. You want me to do it?
No, you're good.
I got it?
Yes.
A variation of necrophilia involving 2 live people and 1 dead, male or female. To munt. Find and dig up a semi-decomposed corpse. One person then goes down on said corpse while the other jumps on the dead person's stomach, causing the juices to be forced from all orifices. These oh my god, man. These are then drank by the person orally connected to the corpse. What the fuck did you find, dude? That is
ripe like an orange, like
it
orange
got dark,
juice.
It got dark.
How close was I?
You were pretty close.
How close was I?
You said a form of necrophilia. You fucking munter.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting, dude.
That is the most disturbed Urban Dictionary thing I've ever read, and I have scoured
reading the word.
Dictionary.
Just reading orifices just makes me fucking cringe,
when
dude.
The other person jumps on the dead person's stomach, causing the juices to be forced out of all orifices. That is, I'm like sick to my stomach reading that.
The worst part is I've known this one for a while, and I just searched the word because I already knew it.
It says
I didn't even dig for this one.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
It says get a munting mug for your father-in-law.
You can buy a munting mug for your father-in-law.
See, I told you it was something to do with ripe, like a ripe orange ready to fucking turn into orange juice.
You were so wrong. I was way close.
What do you mean? I told you it was something to do with ripe. I knew it had something to do with juices.
I knew that it had to do something with hunting. I was close.
It was ripe juices.
I don't believe
Wow, that was hard. That was really hard.
That was really hard.
That was interesting, though.
Okay, so
and
we're gonna
fucking disgusting.
Back to that was absolutely.
That was fucking gross, dude.
Oh my god, that was so gross.
I don't want to poop or piss for like 3 days now.
I don't even want to eat anything at
Nothing. I want to think of fucking munting.
So we'll go back to my conspiracies. I had Matt pull up these videos. The first one I think is the go fast. I think. So let me just go over what these are real quick before we get into them. These were 3 videos released by To the Stars Academy, which is basically a program that Tom DeLonge, which is the ex-lead singer of Blink-182, he started this UFO
Search
program, mostly about UFOs, and he got in contact with some government agencies, some people from the government, and him, To the Stars and the government released these videos. Like, the government had a part in releasing these videos saying that they are UFOs and they do not know They have no clues what they are. They call them UAPs, which is unidentified aerial phenomenon. Yeah. UFO is a better term for it. Mm-hmm. But there's 3 videos, and I've seen these before. I don't think you've ever seen them.
No.
We'll hear the guy talk about them, and I'll read what what it says before the videos, and I just want you to like see these videos and experience them for the first time, which I think is really cool because the first time I saw them, it was kind of mind blowing to me.
Like how this is real, and we don't know about it. Yeah.
So this one's called Go Fast. It's official USG footage of UAP for public release from the government through to the stars. So
for anybody who wants to watch, the links will be in the description.
Yeah, I'll add these. I'll add them in the description. So it's exclusively by To the Stars. Go Fast is the 3rd of 3 U.S. Military videos of unidentified aerial phenomenon that has been through official USG. The content has chain of custody documentation to ensure
preservation of its original condition.
Take it. Yeah, just play that one out. Taken aboard the U.S. Navy FA-18 Super Hornet, the unaltered footage was captured by a Raytheon Advanced Targeting Forward-Looking Infrared Pod, ATFLIR pod, which contains the most advanced sensors and powerful tracking systems on the market. So
Jesus
Christ.
This is there's no way this is fake
on these jets.
Yeah.
It isn't fake. This is released by the government from their jets. What you will hear is actual U.S. fighter pilots who have been highly trained observers and weapon systems operators. So basically what they're saying is these are professional U.S. fighter pilots who are trained to experience anything except for this. They're not trained for this. So this is the full video right here. So go ahead and play it. So it just shows you that it's in infrared mode right now. Mm-hmm. The video, the sensor's aimed at 35 left aircraft axis, which is to the left, obviously. That would be a slant of the target. Same type of thing. It's just reading what the sensor's looking at. Mm-hmm. That shows that the plane's in a right turn to 5 degrees. That's the tracker bar that grabs onto the actual thing. That's the airspeed and the Mach number. And hot display designator is black. So hot items are black. So they're cold.
Okay.
So they're trying to grab onto it right now. They're
That's
trying
how
to lock
fast
onto
it's
it.
going, bro?
Yeah. You see what I'm talking about?
How far is it, though? Is that like how far is it?
So you see how hard they had to grab onto that?
Holy fuck, that was flying, dude.
That is an object. And what's awesome is you can listen to I forget the commander's name, but he went on to Joe Rogan and they walk through each one of these videos together.
And he tells them about it.
He explains the whole situation. But basically, they got sent out to that to that right there, and they lock onto it. And the reason they call it Go Fast is because that thing is flying at unbelievable speeds.
And they caught it still?
Not even known to mankind. That thing is going faster than stuff that they like.
Speed of light, pretty much.
Faster. It's going faster than things that they have out right now.
Yeah.
And it was that one was actually looking down at I believe the sea, and it was shooting right across the top of it. And that's just one of the videos.
So I'm confused though. Is it was it like way up as in like outer atmosphere, or was it like close to us?
No. This is
it's above the water height.
And
they're looking down on it.
So they pull this thing comes up on their radar, right?
Okay.
And they send these fighter pilots out like, "Hey, go check this out. There's something coming up, and we don't know what it is."
Uh-huh.
And they go there. You see how excited they got when they locked onto it?
Dude, that shit was. I was like, okay, like maybe that's I saw it fly by, and I was like, okay, that might be just a glitch.
Yeah, or like something.
And the camera was like a glitch or something,
Yeah.
and then they kept following. I'm like, oh shit, it's that thing.
Yeah, and it looks like it's just a
fucking
dot
speck. Yeah, but holy shit,
but
dude.
when a fighter, when you have a trustworthy source like a fighter pilot telling you that he experienced these things, that's why if you can, I might put that link in the bio too. The podcast with the commander who saw that, who got these videos, experiencing that. When you hear him go through step by step of what was going on, it's crazy. It kind of makes your stomach drop that these
they saw
like this
it.
is out here. Yeah.
If they want to, they can just fucking disintegrate us.
We don't know what they don't know what it is. He doesn't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. It's what they call it's what they call a UAP.
But what they've fucking, you said that it's been the fastest thing like ever recorded. So
not exactly. It just is accelerating at an unbelievable rate. And when things accelerate, they have a propulsion system that pushes gases out the back end.
And they didn't have any gas.
It has
out.
nothing. It has no type. It looks to have no type of propulsion system because every propulsion device, planes, cars,
has something that has to push out.
It goes out the back. And this has nothing like that. It's literally just some type of
disc, whatever the fuck it is,
something shooting across at unbelievable speeds.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that is insane.
So here's another one. Is this the gimbal?
Yes.
I think this one's known as a Tic Tac. This is my favorite one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. This one's called a gimbal. The first unofficial UAP footage of the USG for public release. Try to read this again. I'm really bad. This is the first one, yeah. So this is the first of the 3 military videos released of a UAP. And this one, these all just recently got declassified with the help of Tom DeLonge. The content has a chain of custody documentation to ensure whatever of the original content. I'm bad at reading. Same thing, taken aboard of a U.S. Navy FA-18 Super Hornet. Same with the infrared pod.
Is this the same people?
Same type of technology. I believe this is the same guy.
Yeah.
Same, the Navy. This is their recording of this.
This is fucking crazy.
Same thing, you're hearing actual U.S. fighter pilots who are highly trained observers.
That's insane.
Yeah, this one's known as the Tic Tac.
This is the same thing but closer?
This is a completely different
different one.
Yes. These are 3 separate occurrences.
Holy shit.
Okay. Now it's going through the same thing, explaining what they're looking at here, the sensor, where it's aimed and stuff. This one they locked on a little bit quicker than the last one. They call that one go fast because it's literally flying. Okay. And you can tell that thing's hot because it's white. So that's how they judge it.
Dude, then we can see the fucking. You can see the disc, dude.
Yeah, literally, the thing is flying. That's why the. Yep. Okay, you see how
there's no way that's fucking real, dude.
Dude, the government released this stuff, and I'm telling you,
so they just released it and they're like, "Hey guys, just in case something happens, you guys know about it."
This is why it's so crazy, and I'm surprised the public doesn't. They're not hearing about this.
No, I never fucking know about this.
That's what's crazy is the government released this information, and trained pilots are telling you they don't know what this is, and the government's saying they don't know what this is. It's a UAP. That's what they call it, and you can literally see that UAP rotating with no effort at all.
That's insane. That one you could see.
It also said it was going towards 128 knot headwind, which is 147 miles per hour headwind.
Against it? So
Yeah,
he was going against
towards
it.
that.
Effortlessly flying.
And then also stopped and rotated.
Yeah.
With that headwind.
With no... And
Makes no sense.
There's no propulsion out the back. It's
nothing.
No. It's crazy. And they don't know what it is. They don't know.
What are they...
Even, like, hearing... We don't know shit. Hearing scientists and like even
when they talk about it and
even the
shit?
fighter pilot talk about it. He's like, I've seen crazy
numerous
things,
fucking things.
I don't
yeah.
know
What the fuck that is?
No clue what this is. He likes to think that it is something out of this world, but he doesn't know. There's just no way to. There's no way to know. It's crazy.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, and this is the second one. We played the Go Fast one. They're out of order. It doesn't really matter at all. This is the second one. This one isn't. I'm not sure of this one.
These were all in the U.S., right?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are over. I think they're over the Pacific Ocean. If I'm not, I think. Same thing. Flare 1 is the second. This one's called the Flare 1, FLIR1, no spaces. To the Stars. You can find all these on YouTube and go look for yourself. It's wild seeing this shit.
Yeah, just skip all this shit, Matt.
It's all right. It's saying the same stuff aboard the USA Navy FA Super Hornet. The unaltered footage was captured by blah blah blah. Oh no, this one's crazy. This one's like the same thing as the last one.
And what year was this in?
This was recorded in 2004.
This is an 04, bro?
Yeah, and the other two were 2015. So this one was 2004. And the other two were 2015.
And they released this one in 04, or they released all of them in 2015?
They recently released
them, I think, last year.
So they were just holding this shit in their cupboard.
There's more than they have to have more than just this.
I'm so mind fucked right now, dude.
Yeah, I know. I've been blowing your mind all day.
Relax. Little munter.
So we're watching just basically a white dot run across the screen of this sensor capturing.
We had this type of technology in 04.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So you see he's trying to focus in on it a little more. There they go. They got full focus of it. Looks very similar to that other one they had, right?
It's almost the exact same thing.
10 years apart.
Maybe it's fucking Chicken Little's parents, dude.
The sky's falling? Yes. Yeah, this one doesn't have the audio. The audio, like, it's crazy. They're zooming back out.
Are they trained to fucking like kill it or something?
They don't engage it, and the reason why they don't engage it is because basically they can't.
They can't because it could be if it's another country,
yeah,
or like another airspace.
They don't want to. They don't want to be the first to create the act of war. Another thing is, they don't know what it is. You know, they don't know what they're looking at. You know, they have no idea, and just to start shooting at something just because you don't know what it is.
Yeah, that you're asking for it.
Yeah,
you're asking
exactly.
That's insane,
I
dude.
know.
That's
so in that video, do you think they're chasing it?
In that one?
Yeah.
That one I'm not sure because
I can't really tell.
That's what makes me.
It looks like they are.
Because if they are chasing it, they're going almost 300 miles per hour, and that thing takes like a dead left turn out of nowhere.
Yes,
that's what like confused me when I first watched that video. I'm like, how is something flying that fast and turn that sharp?
This is what I'm confused about. When did they know to stop following it?
They basically follow it till they can't follow it no more.
Till it disappears.
That's basically what they.
Or do they follow it until
they run out of gas, or
do they follow it until they get out of U.S. territory?
It could be a possibility, too.
Because you can't enter other countries' airs.
I think they follow it basically till they can't follow it anymore.
Yeah, it's probably a distance thing where they're running out of gas or something. They need to get back to some sort of airspace.
So
3 different fucking times.
What the crazy thing is it's like Matt was saying, in that video, that whatever it is cuts across and zooms out. Like it takes a hard left turn and is gone. If you watch it right here, they lose track. They lose it out of its tracker, and then that's when they stop falling. I think it happens right here. So they got it locked in right now. It regains lock.
So they're behind it right now.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if they're chasing it or what they're doing.
Or if it's like a aerial view, or like they're looking at up like this.
Yep. And then they change zoom, and then things gone.
That's insane,
like
bro.
it looks like it sees them following it, and then just like, nope, going this way.
It notices it, and it just
That's insane.
disappears. Now,
going back to the government thing about the UFOs, you know, like one of the like crazier like conspiracies.
What's that?
Is that one of the reasons JFK was killed was because he knew about the aliens, and he was about to tell the world about it, so the government assassinated him.
I don't know about that one.
I swear, I've heard about that one a lot.
I think did you see Irishman?
Yeah.
I think that's the reason he got killed, because he was involved in that mob shit, and they just whacked him.
No, I like to believe
Whacked him off.
I like to believe the alien one. Jimmy Hoffa
that idea of what that UFO.
It's absolutely mind blowing.
Okay, so the idea of that, like the idea of how that UFO reacted, the way it flew and stuff, is the same thing that Bob Lazar, the guy you were talking about, that has
That's
the
his
Netflix
name.
documentary.
That's his name.
Yeah, Bob Lazar.
Yes.
The same exact stuff he was saying is the exact same way that those UAPs reacted. That they would be able to change direction instantaneously. They had no propulsion out the back. It's just effortlessly. It's almost like they're bending time.
He was the one that worked. He said he worked in Area 51, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he also back in the 80s was talking about a what is it called? Periodic element. He was talking about an element 115, I believe it is 151 or 115. Before it got discovered, he didn't have the name. He didn't say this is element 115, but he was talking about this
the
element,
properties of it and shit.
Exactly that. And then I don't know, 30, 40 years later, it got discovered. Yeah, and they believe he might even have some still.
That shit is
It
so
was element
115.
115, yeah. And also another, I mean, Joe Rogan had that guy on too, and he's got a documentary on Netflix. It's so hard believing people.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Even the fighter pilot, you know what I'm saying? Like a trusted
like you
US
don't know
employee.
if you don't know if it's Netflix just trying to make a movie.
Yeah.
Or you don't, or if it's something based on actual shit.
Exactly. Even this guy, it's like,
yeah,
they basically took this guy. What he claims is, Area 51 basically hired him, and they showed him this spacecraft, and they wanted him to, with another scientist engineer, they wanted him to reverse engineer the spacecraft. And he said it was unlike. I mean, if you believe him, he said it was unlike anything he's ever seen. And he said they had like 15 of them. That's what he said. There was like 15 other things that were like this. He also said that he saw them fly. He said he saw them take off, hover, and I don't know if I believe him, but I like to think that this is true. But he said that they took off and he saw them hover and change direction and then come back down and land.
So did they have? I'm going way too deep into it, but did they have aliens navigating the spaceships, or did we figure out how to navigate them?
I believe that they had engineers that figured out how to at least take them off. That's what.
See, that's where it becomes kind of like debunked for me. Is that like this is alien technology, and you're gonna get some fucking human engineers to find out how it works?
Yeah, that I don't know if
there's a certain extent to
the
it.
The Bob Lazar story is hard for me, but those videos are.
Oh, those are legit.
I know.
Those are legitness.
When I first watched those, I was like, it makes your stomach drop almost, like hearing them.
And you're so blind to it.
No one's talking about
You're
it.
not fucking. This is the thing, man.
When those
There's
came
so
out,
much shit.
they got a little bit of publicity, but it got swept under the rug. You didn't hear about it.
That's not a little shit like that. Is
it's
not little publicity, bro. That's national fucking.
You look
news.
them up; they're on CNN, they're on Fox and stuff, but they don't get posted
no,
front
dude.
Page. Government releases.
It's
UFO
like they literally fucking government releases UFO video, and like 3 minutes after, Florida man jerks off at Burger King, and that gets like an hour of fucking coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens. Is like the shit that they don't want you to see, they skip right over.
Yeah. I mean,
when you say like, oh, why didn't the government talk about this? They pull it up. And they're like, oh, we did, but it was only like 30 seconds.
It's all the news, man, and they're in control of it. So
all of it.
And it's I know I talk about Joe Rogan a lot. I just love him.
And
I listen to his podcast all the time. But he had Tom DeLonge, who's the person who basically released these videos.
Mm-hmm.
He had him on probably 3 years ago. And Joe Rogan's just questioning him, like hitting him, like, "Wow, how do you know this?"
Because he's into that shit.
Yeah, both of them are, and he's like questioning Tom really hard. He's like, who did you talk to? Why do you know this stuff? Like, how do I know that what you're saying is true? And Tom DeLonge really can't say anything.
Yeah.
So in the interview, he's like
held back.
He's dodging it, and he's like avoiding it, and it seems like, oh, this guy's fucking.
He knows
crazy.
some shit.
This guy's crazy. No, and even Joe, like in the interview, like makes it betrayed that Tom is like insane.
Yeah.
And he's said like, oh, just give it some time. Like I'm in contact with government officials. I'm in contact with people like this, and I'm gonna release this stuff. Just wait. And Joe just keeps drilling him, and it makes it seem like he's not a very reliable source.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets access to these videos and releases them, and
everyone's just like, holy shit, he was right.
And the only people who really like pay attention to it is people who look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But
I know we went pretty heavy on that one.
Yeah, that one was very, very, very deep.
Yeah. I just
because it's the biggest. It's the biggest one of all. It's the biggest unexplained one of all. But my second one is called the Antikythera mechanism.
The what?
It was called the Antikythera mechanism.
Google that one, Matt. Good luck.
You guys always make me spell these crazy words.
Antiky, and it should pop up. And Anti.
That's Anakin. Antikythera mechanism?
Nope. Kyth, right there.
There we go. You're going to have to get like young Jamie where you can do it one-handed.
There you go. So,
whoa.
It's insane. Whoa. It's literally insane.
What is that, dude?
So this is like the first founding of what's known to be as like a clock.
Or computer?
No, clock.
Okay.
So this is what they found. They found it, like originally found it in 1901. And the reason why they named it Antikythera, that's where it was found, was this island in Greece. So they found it in this shipwreckage. Okay? They found it in 1901. But when they... like nowadays, like technology and shit, they dated it back to 150 BC before Christ, bro. They dated it back to that.
BC before Christ.
Yeah. Wow. Tell me that's not fucking insane.
Can you grab a quick? Stay on that one, but can you pull up a new tab and I want to see a detailed picture of it. I just want to see what it is.
The thing, yeah. Look, it has a clock to the. It has like the mechanics of a clock if you look at it.
Oh, pull up that blue one to the.
So what it did is it
oh my! What the fuck?
Yeah, what it did is it tracked like planetary movements and like the way the sun moved and like the way the stars moved and everything. So this is how they told time back in fucking 150 BC before
This
Christ.
thing's real?
It's bro. It's in a museum.
Holy shit!
And
can you? I know you pulled that blue one up. Can you pull that one up again?
This one is like a model of something. This is not the actual.
I think that's what it was.
This is what it was. It was. They envisioned it to be.
Envisioned it all together.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
So the conspiracy behind it is who brought it to 150 BC if evolution wasn't even a fucking thing before.
If someone brought it.
Exactly. So it was like... And they bring Atlantis into it.
It literally looks like the thing looks like the insides of a clock, or like a grandfather clock, or like the one that sits inside. Like that is insane. Holy shit.
Yeah. And it...
Oh, my God.
That's
Can you look?
the thing behind it, too.
Can you pull up and see when they believe the pyramids were made? I'm not sure, just what their estimate is on what the pyramids were made.
I saw some crazy shit, too, about how fucking dinosaurs helped build the pyramids. I'm not even joking.
This is a conspiracy episode.
I'm not even joking. I looked it up and
they
said
they were like elephants pulling the.
No, there was fucking T-Rex going, just fucking holding up shit.
Wow.
This
okay,
is
so
before
this
the
thing's
pyramids.
By this type of dating, this was dated before the pyramids, which is wild. Holy shit!
Let
me see that thing again. I love seeing this.
Like,
please look this thing up. If you're interested in this type of stuff, look this thing up. It's the Anti-Cathera mechanism.
If you just remember anti and then KY, it'll pop up.
Yeah, Anti-KY mechanism. Wow. It's a clock. That thing is a clock. Wow.
And
That's
who
wild.
gave them this technology? Who gave them this?
Oh my God.
I don't believe it was human beings.
Here's what
I truly don't believe it was human beings.
Here's what I think. I think that there was advanced humans, and I think
not to this extent.
Who's to say?
Not to this extent.
This is a conspiracy episode. Let me give you my conspiracy. So what I'm saying is humans got to this level of intellect, and then catastrophes wiped them out continually as we were going along. So maybe shortly after this thing was created,
but you're
wipe
talking
out. Okay, they build back up, build the pyramids, wipe out, build back up, and this has gone on progressively. And
but you're talking. Endlessly. I want you to envision how far 150 to 200 BC is compared to 1901. That's millions of years,
so
bro.
1901 is
That's
essentially
millions
119 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is two people ago.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Wow.
There's no possible way it was humans because
I don't think that's
when
true.
was the first human? When was the first human even found? Or when did? Do they have
Homo
proof?
sapiens?
Yeah. When was the time of Homo sapiens? Go
How
ahead.
could the first human be found if there was no human to find him?
What do you mean by that?
What are you talking about?
He said, when was the first human found?
See,
Who's he found by? He's the only human.
Archaeologists?
Okay,
How did they find
right.
Homo sapiens? What are you talking about?
When is the first evidence of humans?
That's what I'm talking about.
The thing is I don't know if you believe in evolution, but that guy over there doesn't. So going back BC and all this stuff is a little touchy for Matt.
I told you I believe in evolution. I just don't believe in primal evolution.
Okay, fair enough. So the first evidence of human beings or Homo sapiens, and before that they were Neanderthals.
Yeah.
We need just a date on that.
200,000 years ago.
The I can't talk.
Paleolithic, Joe.
I can't say that word. I can't even say it. Which was 200,000 years ago. Jesus. So you're talking.
Here we got 164,000 years ago.
So even the oldest known.
Here we got 300,000 years ago.
You can go up to fucking.
And this is partially why I don't believe it.
You can go up to fucking 2 million years. It's not going to go close to 150. 150 BC isn't even fathomable, bro.
150 BC is after that year right there. So you got 200,000 years ago. 150 BC happened.
Before that.
After that.
No, because that's when they found humans. 150 BC is when they fucking.
Okay, so
the Big Bang Theory.
So how AD
and
and BC works is year 1 is AD. Anything before that is considered BC.
150 of that
so
200,000. That's what you're
150
talking about.
before 1 would be 150 BC.
That's what I'm saying. It's 150 of that 200,000 years ago. It was 150 of that 200,000 years.
I think you're right. I'm
pretty sure.
I think it works how negatives work. Okay? So if 0 was...
Just make this easy and just search how long ago was 150 BC.
Look, I'm
Jesus
explaining
Christ.
it to you.
No, because we both sound stupid as fuck.
Well, we're pretty into it, so if anyone's listening this long, like, thank you. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
What does it say? What does it say?
2,200 years ago. 2,200 years ago. See what I'm saying? So
I am so confused right now.
Look, okay.
Okay.
So what they get AD and BC. Okay, we're technically in AD right now. Mm-hmm. What they say is AD. So 2020 AD. So you go back 2,200 years ago. It's 0. Okay. Now you go back from there. It's 1 BC, 2 BC, 3 BC, 4 BC.
Okay. That makes sense.
Negatives work.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So 150 BC is 150 years from 0.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. So that
fuck
is
long time
still
ago.
a really, really long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
I don't think it's fathomable to us to think like life before we had it. Like I can't think of humans not knowing what to do.
Well, they instinctually they knew what to do.
Yeah, of course, but I can't think of them not living in a society where you were like born intellectual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, not that you're not born intellectual.
No, but you're born with, as times went on, you were born knowing things. Like, I mean, when me and you were born, we were never born.
That's evolution.
Exactly. We were never born with the instinct to hunt.
Yeah,
me and you.
Yeah, we are.
We're not.
If you got, listen, Ray, if you were born, no parent, no mother, they left you in the middle of the woods, if you grew up and for some reason you were able to stay alive instinctually.
But you don't know that, though.
This isn't. I don't know it. This is. Why do we eat meat? It's always we've always ate meat. It's something that's instinctual. If you were born into a more hunter-gatherer situation, instinctually you would be more like that.
But I'm talking about instinctually as in like you are not born with the same causes that made cavemen be the way they are. So you weren't born with that instinct.
I think that kind of stuff is right there with. I think it's right there.
No, I don't think you have it. I think you lost it as time went on. That's the point of evolution.
I think you may have lost it to an extent, but it's there.
Yeah, when it's literally do or die, but you're not born with it to
That's
be
what
like,
I'm saying,
I'm ready.
That fight or flight. Why are we scared naturally of big cats, big felines, things like that? Why are you naturally scared of lions and tigers and bears?
Because we know what they can do.
Oh my. Why? How do you instinctually know that they should be feared?
Because we know what they can do, Joe. This is based off facts. You can't argue that.
We instinctually are scared of these things because our ancestors it was life or death when they seen these things, and I think fear carries on through generations.
I don't agree with you that at all. No, because you were born to know that a fucking lion will fucking destroy you because it's the powers it has and the fucking abilities it has as a fucking animal will kill you.
You don't think that's instinctual?
No, your fear comes off of information. Your brain knows information. That's why you have fear. Okay. When you're scared of something, because you know what it does to you.
No, I disagree. I think fear is unknown. You're scared of things of the unknown because if you know what's going to happen,
that's a type of fear.
Then you don't know.
I know that if a fucking lion was trying to fucking tear me to pieces.
Okay, but if you knew that you could get away from the lion, if you knew that lion was not able to get you, you wouldn't be scared, would you?
What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying, okay, so I think fear is unknown. The only type of real fear is things that are unknown. If you know, then it's not true fear. So if you know that lion cannot get you at all costs, then there is no real fear.
But I don't know that.
But if you did know that.
Yeah, but
if there was 100% assurance that you were not gonna get.
Yeah, but now you're
by this
speaking
tiger.
fucking alternate universes and alternate fucking like. I don't under. You're saying things that aren't possible. You're like, if you knew he wasn't gonna fucking kill you, you wouldn't be scared of it. Well, that's the thing. That's why you're scared.
You're scared
because you don't know
the unknown. That's
no, but you're only scared of the things that you know will hurt you or will bring fear upon you. The fear of the unknown is something completely different. The fear of the unknown could be something like, holy fuck, like I don't know what's gonna happen.
What's your biggest fear?
I've never sat down and thought about this.
Just real quick, give me a fear of yours.
I think my biggest fear would be my family dying before me.
Okay, so if you knew that you weren't gonna die before your family, you wouldn't be scared.
Yeah, but that's a part of human life that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All fear is the fear of the unknown. You're not scared of things you know. You're scared of things you don't know.
But you're telling me that if you didn't know about lions, you would just know to be scared of them?
I think instinctually, yes.
But then that makes no sense.
I think if there's an overpowering species charging
That's what I'm
at me,
saying.
no matter
to be
if
scared.
I've ever learned anything about the animal, I'm gonna run.
Exactly, because you don't
instinctually, because I know that this thing's charging at me, and I know it doesn't look happy.
Exactly, but it's not like
saying you grow up, no parents, no TV, no nothing. Okay, you're in the middle of the woods. This is an unlikely scenario. You're in the woods, 100 feet away from you. You see You see a lion. It's the first lion you've ever seen in your entire life. I think instinctually you're gonna know that big ass feline is no good. It's no.
But I agree with you on that part. But I'm not saying that in today's world we're born with that.
Yeah.
You have to
I think it's in the back.
You have to build yourself to it.
Why are people so scared of spiders? Why are they naturally scared of spiders? Why does
I honestly
spiders?
don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Instinctually, spiders mean poison or they mean bites, and our ancestors know it goes back. It goes really far back, and you know that thing. You instinctually
what I'm saying
know.
is things in today's world are based more off of facts and instincts.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've lost touch with. This sounds like a little bit fucking cheesy to say, but we've lost touch with our ancestors based on today's world.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're taught to not believe because they're actual fucking facts, but we're taught to fear these things.
Yeah.
You're taught to fear a fucking snake. You're taught to fear a fucking lion. You're taught to fear anything because you have facts in front of you. You believe what you see. In
our modern day, yes.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. Modern day. I'm not talking about like any time frame. Yeah. If I was back then, I would fucking eat some goddamn lion, dude.
You think
I would kill him.
That lion would fuck you up.
I would fucking kill that motherfucker. Hey. You know, there's a dude that killed a tiger by his bare hands.
I believe
in Africa. People bare hands, bro. A grown ass tiger.
Yeah.
Grown ass tiger.
Hey.
B.
I love you.
Yeah, it's a good debate though.
Dude, I could keep going on that.
Me too.
I just don't want to make this too long.
I don't want it to make it too boring because when it's two people involved, we don't really know what it sounds like to other people.
Exactly. I could keep going on that. Keep talking about that. That was good, man. That one was good.
Yeah.
That one felt really good.
It was probably our most serious podcast.
That felt great.
Most informative. Yeah.
It felt great.
Like I learned some shit today.
Yeah, same here.
I want to talk about it to someone else. What I talked today.
Yeah.
But real quick, you know what the dumbest fucking conspiracy is?
What?
That was like confirmed true. Canada made a fucking gaydar.
No way.
And like, let me see. I have it on my phone here.
They made a gaydar. Like, what do you mean?
They developed a gaydar, and it happened in the 1960s. And this guy came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. And they released it. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service.
Are you serious?
This is true, bro. This is true. Someone invented a gaydar.
Imagine applying for a job and like, can you pass a gaydar test? You're like, I don't know, can I?
I sure fucking hope so.
You're like going to the store and shit, buying medicine for your pupils not to dilate.
I mean, like, I know 100%. I'm not gay, but like, I see a good looking dude and I'm like, that's a good looking dude.
You're like a fucking like 2 months before you go in and like to try out for the military. In your house, there's just images of gay people everywhere, so you can train for it.
there's dudes up,
just dicks out everywhere.
You have your roommate like strategically place them so you don't know where they're at,
and like
you close the door and there it is, and you're like, no,
not today, OG Mudbone.
All right, man.
That's funny.
That's a good one, man.
I know.
I want to shake your hand for some reason.
I know, because we had a very adult conversation today.
Dude, this one, I love talking about the shit we just talked about, man. Even outside of like jacking off, this is our first non-jacking off episode.
Yeah, did
we bring up jacking off once? Like jacking off at all?
No. Jacking off? No, I've never jacking off.
I've never watched jacking off.
Me neither, jacking off. No, that was a really good episode.
Yeah,
I really liked this one.
I enjoyed it, man. I hope the people listening enjoyed it.
And maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
And we'll go more into detail.
We will do a part 2, 100%.
Yeah.
I know like our audio quality might not be the best, but it's okay. I'm not worried about it.
It's all good. We talked about some interesting shit. That's all that matters.
You can still understand us, and you can hear us. So
very true.
As long as you can give us some feedback, we're all good.
So if you found anything interesting, you can reach out to me or Joe, and we'll send you the links to any of them. We'll put some of the links.
I'm gonna put the links in the YouTube
for the UFO ones, but
yeah,
the other ones you can literally find anywhere.
Like even if you're like comment on our YouTube, comment on our Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, 5-star on Apple, write a review on Apple. Even if you're like, this is the best podcast I ever heard, do it up.
Even if you're fucking lying. You can lie. It's okay.
You can lie. Like, obviously, it's not
It's your instinct to lie. Your ancestors taught you.
Yeah, exactly. Just instinctually lie. That's what we want from you. This was a little bit of a long one, but if you like hearing, we laid down some good information, so.
No, that was a good one.
Yeah. We love you. This is us.
And this is me. This is our family. From me to
you,
yours.
From you to
us
me.
and ours.
Us and me.
You and us.
Us and we.
Me
and you.
We're not going to talk about that.
This is the Banter Basement Podcast, and we are out for today.
Deuces, bitches.
Peace.